Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now, this is an interesting topic we're going to talk about because this is to do with the word corona, right? Which is connected to the word COVID, but also how it connects to the sun, right? Which at Truly Holistic we believe is the projection of your inner light, because the other name for the sun is soul, S-O-L, but pronounced exactly like the light you hold within you, which is your consciousness. Soul, S-O-U-L. Right? So we're going to bring a few things out there and we're going to put them together, right? Piece of the puzzle to present it to you of those connections. So here we go, eh? Now, here's a definition of the corona of the sun, okay? The sun's corona is the outermost part of the sun's atmosphere. Okay, so just keep that in your awareness. Sun's atmosphere, right? Because when we see the sun, it's just like us seeing the body, right? Why we see it, it's because it's part of that bandwidth of the 0.0035% that our eyes can visibly see, and hence we perceive it as physical reality. It's such a minute aspect of the spectrum of the electromagnetic spectrum that we can see, right? It's not even close to 1%. But there's more to the sun, just like there's more to us. Okay? So it's not really a physical reality, it's a perceiving of a physical reality. Okay? Because our aura, what's called an aura or auric field, is our atmosphere. Okay, just to keep that in your awareness, and what we're talking about here about the corona of the sun is the sun's atmosphere. Okay? Now, the corona continually varies in size, right? We're talking about the corona of the sun here, and shape as it is affected by the sun's magnetic field. Now this is interesting because at Truly Holistic, we know that the auric field varies as well of a person. It's not as it's been told that it's something absolute and there's layers of it and it's 4 feet beyond the body. No. That's us perceiving from our limitation, our conditioning from mind thought. When we drop into our heart, which is our authenticity, is the soul, which allows us to see the authenticity, or more importantly, feel into the authenticity of everything, because we can't trust our eyes, because what our eyes show us is a 0.0035% representation of what is. So you can't trust that, okay? But you can trust feel, because why? There's no limitation placed by what you feel, because that's the communication of you as the soul, which is not bound to limitation, as you are as the human, okay? Now, our electromagnetic field, our atmosphere, is our aura. Now, what we tend to find here at Truly Holistic is our aura is a measure of how connected we are into our authenticity, which our authenticity as infinite consciousness, okay? And our infinite consciousness, we've found, is facilitated through an open heart. When someone uses a heart feel pathway as their discernment to perceive and process reality. Okay? But the problem here is, as the human, right, we've all, in the same boat, we were all conditioned to use a mind thought pathway to discern and perceive and process in reality. And a byproduct of that is our heart closes off and our auric field is collapsed and diminished, that 4 feet. Okay? It's not supposed to be that way. So, during a day, depending on what that person's doing, we're not always up here. We might shift down here for a little bit, but for generally most cases, we're more up here. But when we drop in here, that field will fluctuate. It will start to go out, but then we'll go back in, it collapses back in. Exactly like the sun. Okay? We know that the sun, our external viewpoint of the sun, is a projection of the original projector of your light, which is your soul. That's why it's called soul, S-O-L, and pronounced just like your light within, S-O-U-L, soul. Okay. Now, what it says here, right? The corona can be seen only during solar eclipses. Right? Right. Because the eclipse blocks the physical body, right? What we perceive in the 3D as the physical body of the sun. So its field can be seen. Right? That's interesting, right? So its field can be seen. Right. Now, where we're going to go to now is connection to COVID. And I'm not going to use the other word, right? Right? Because its longer name of COVID is corona. Okay. It's connected to our connection to our light. Right? Sun. But the sun's a projection of our light within, right? So to keep that in your awareness. Now, when there was the massive outbreak and everything, closed down and shut down here where I am in New Zealand, and we couldn't go out, we're all stuck in our own homes. And I remember when it was really kicking off, my daughter first got positive for it, right? And then it was her mother, and then it was my son. We were all in the same house, so we all had to be in the same house. When one person got infected, then we all had to be in the same house. And everyone was going, "Oh, Chris, you're going to get it." I never got it. I never got sick. We were doing tests, never got positive for it. Now, when I reflect on that, I was wearing my energy tools. And there's a particular bracelet that I wore on both my wrists that holds a cubit. And a cubit is a measurement that we cut this twisted wire to and create a loop, right? Create a tensor ring. That was cut with a measurement that was, we call it the fire infinity, which brings through a massive expansion of energy that exists within you as a consciousness. But it's there to facilitate through the heart and bring it forth here, which means, like as I was mentioning before, my auric field expands out massively. Expands massively. Because celestial means expansive. Existence means a way of living. So at that point, while I was wearing those bracelets, I was existing, living in a way that was very expansive. My auric field was expansive. Right? Now, what did COVID do for most people? It got them into fear. Why? Because it shifted them into here. And what happens to your field when we're up here? It collapses in. Collapses in. But while I was wearing these, my field was expansive as anything. No wonder I didn't get COVID. I didn't get sick. I didn't get the positive test. I haven't ever since. Now, this is great insight into that, right? As I said, I was going to bring the pieces together at the start of the session. It was because I had an expansive aura. Okay, and what was it about the definition at the start? The sun, corona of the sun. The sun's corona is the outermost part of the sun's atmosphere. Varies in size. Atmosphere, our atmosphere is the aura, our auric field. Right? So I was able to not get influenced or affected by it, but bring in more of my sun, my soul. Not S-O-L, but S-O-U-L. Anyway, till next time, catch you later.